national championship winning quarterback, Jake Coker. I hope you're doing well, Jake. Welcome into the game.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Very
Thanks
well.
for having me.
Absolutely. And let's talk a little Alabama football. And I want to walk back to the days of growing up. We were talking about this yesterday. You grew up in this state, and you grew up a big Alabama fan. Talk about that and what that means to be able to come and fulfill your dreams here.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, it was, me and my dad were really the only two Alabama fans. It was us versus the rest of my family when it came to, Alabama and Auburn. So when I came here, I really knew what it meant to the state and the people. And, being able to watch, to me, Alabama's always been, when you watch them on TV, it's a different kind of football. There's a lot more emotion, and it means a lot more. And so to be able to come here and play for Alabama, man, it's a dream come true. And man, there's nothing like it. I can tell you that.
I want to walk back and sort of maybe go into Florida State, being recruited by Alabama. Can you walk us through that and how close were you to even possibly coming to the University of Alabama from when you first came out of high school?
Yeah, I mean, when I was coming out, I was a 3-star, and so when I got my first offers, it was after my junior year. It was the summer going into my senior year, and heck, at this point, the way recruiting is now, people were getting offered as a freshman in high school. It's getting crazy, and so when I started going to camps that summer, and because I didn't really realize how important it was. Nobody in my family had gotten. I had an older brother who went to Air Force, but on this scale, we didn't really know how to get recruited and how to go about it. So, I started going to these camps after my junior year, heading into that summer, and Florida State offered me after one day at camp, and up to that point, I didn't have any big SEC offers or anything like that, and to me, it was FSU or Alabama. As far as playing quarterback, had Coach Fisher there, and Damian Craig was the quarterback coach, and they told me that they were taking one quarterback. So if another guy committed before I did, then my offer wouldn't be on the table anymore. So I committed right there, and I never looked back. I thought a commitment was a commitment, and I stuck to it. And so I had talked to Alabama a couple times, and they offered me like the month before signing day, but it was never nothing I could really get deep and look into, because I didn't really have. To me, I didn't take the opportunity to do it, because the commitment was commitment, and I stuck to it, and I went to Florida State. So it's a big story. People don't really understand how recruiting really works. It's a pretty complicated process, and you really never know till you've been through it. So I can see where it could be hard to understand for some people, but it's just one of those things where I made my commitment to Florida State, and I stuck to it.
When you started looking at transfer options, can you walk us through that decision to leave Florida State and decide to transfer to the University of Alabama?
Yeah, I mean, when it was my third year, and of course, Jameis was a year younger than me. So when he was named the starter, I couldn't take a chance on him, staying all 5 years, and then me being, unable to play, just expecting him to play only 3. So when he was named the starter, and after that year, passed, I knew I was going to transfer and play somewhere. And when Alabama came, called and wanted me to come there, it was something that I knew in the back of my mind, if Alabama came, that's where I was going, because I didn't want to, look back and regret not coming to Alabama and going somewhere where I thought I could play, right off the bat. I wanted to play at the school I dreamed of playing at, and so when they gave me that opportunity, I was going to take it, and there really wasn't any, there was no other school that I even looked at, because I knew where I wanted to be.
When we look at Nick Saban, what is that one misconception media fans have about Nick Saban, that you get to know him and that relationship between a quarterback and a head coach that people just don't know about Nick Saban?
I think Coach Saban he's real special to me. He's, they obviously, the way he wins, they don't come like that, maybe ever. He's, from my experience, he's the best there is. He doesn't get any better than that. He does everything the right way, and I think he does everything. He does what he thinks is right, and he's more focused than anybody I've ever been around. It's all, he's always, the way he handles himself, the way he handles, all the stresses of being the head coach at Alabama and succeed like he does. I think you have to be, a special person that can, maintain a level of focus that just, can't be surpassed. And the way he sticks to his values and does things right, and the way he treats us. I'm back here. I'm at Alabama right now, and I don't play here anymore, but I'm getting treated, as well as I have the whole time I've been there. They really care about you here, and they'll do anything to help you succeed. And so it really means a lot to me how he runs this program, and how each player is looked after the way we are.
Right now, we're talking with Jacob Coker inside the game. Collegiate Warehouse, located on the second floor of the Winfrey Hotel. Inside Collegiate Warehouse will be the autograph signing tomorrow, 6 until 8. River Chase Galleria. Tickets available 10 a.m. tomorrow. Right now, Jacob Coker inside the game. When you look, and I'm going to say something, we're 60 days removed from the national championship game. Has it hit you that you're a national champ?
Yeah, I think it definitely has. It's a memory that I'll always be, really fond of, and the guys that were on that team. It's always really, really awesome to see them. And like Pro Day coming back here, it was real special to be able to spend time with the guys again and see them all, and just it's exciting to see where they're going to go and all that stuff. And it's kind of like, when we see each other, it's real special because of the memories we shared and just how close this team was. I don't think I've ever been on a team that was, that close. Each guy just had each other's back, and it was really something special. And I think everybody that watched us, was familiar with us, I'm pretty sure everybody could see it. It was something that I wish everybody could be a part of it. It's just it's real special.
Can I walk you back to the Ole Miss game for just a couple of minutes and talk about how that loss changed that locker room? And even if you don't mind, talk about Cooper Bateman. He got the start. Did that light a fire under you? Because you seemed to really play. You came in. You had a solid when they brought you off the bench, and it seemed like at that point there was a switch. It was a different fire under you.
I know I was fired up, but at the same time, to that point, I hadn't been in a game that was, that tight, or we were up, or a game where we were down like that, and so I think it was more of a, something where nobody had seen that for me because I hadn't been put in that situation, and so, I've always been one to be pretty fired up in competitive situations, and so for me, I thought, I was just being myself, and I was fired up. I was ready to get out there and win that game, and it is what it is, and I'm glad everything turned out the way it did, though.
No doubt. I mean, listen, you look at a loss, it hurts, but when you win a national title, 4 out of the last 7, 16 national titles for the University of Alabama. We're talking to Jacob Coker inside the game. Jake, can you walk us back through quarterback competitions? Help us understand. Right now, we're 15 minutes into practice, and we've got a huge quarterback competition. What's going through your mind as you're trying to compete for a spot, and how do you not lose focus of, trying to press, trying to do too much to impress the coaches? What's it like to be in one of these quarterback competitions as we've got 3 and 4 guys now going for that spot that'll start against USC?
Yeah, man, it'll drain you, that's for sure, and it's just one of those things that you got to just take every play one at a time, and even every rep. That's really the way I try to focus about it. Just one at a time, and meetings, reps, practices, scrimmages. Just do everything you can to keep your mind off of the competition as a whole.
Is it really easy to try to press a little bit, try to do things maybe that's not within your ability to try to stretch a little bit, just to try to impress the coaches?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, I know I did it at times, and I think the Middle Tennessee game, I think I was definitely doing it then because, the decision still hadn't been made, and we were playing a team that, Middle Tennessee's got a lot of great players and all that, but, obviously we were expected to win. We knew we were going to win, but wanted to make everything perfect and go out there and start, finish, prove that I was a guy, and I thought more about that than probably, just one play at a time and getting the job done, which, it was hard not to do, but hey, it is what it is, and I learned how to deal with all that, and like I said, I'm glad it all turned out the way it did.
We called Lane Kiffin 3 weeks ago the most underappreciated assistant coach in college football. He doesn't get enough credit for what he's able to do with that offensive side of the football. Would you agree?
I know he's well appreciated around here, so.
Well, I mean, from outside, he gets a lot of criticism outside of Alabama. I mean, I know you guys do it in the locker room, but media, we put him under a different microscope. We criticize him, but he's a brilliant genius when we talk about offensive-minded.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where the the football, as far as football goes, I don't know really how you could criticize a guy. All he's done is make teams offensively reach their full potential, in my opinion. He comes up with schemes that get the job done, and he's got a history of doing that. So I don't see where you could really draw too many negative criticisms towards him after all he's done.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, like I said he was the most underappreciated assistant coach, and what he's been able to do here at Alabama. And you look at next season, it's going to be a lot of fun as you look at all those talented wide receivers, and but it's going to be a lot of position battles to replace. Ryan Kelly, yourself, running back. You look at the defensive side of the football, you lose your fullback. A lot of things happening on the campus of the University of Alabama. Jake, give me the plans, man. What's going to be happening between now and 48 days away from April the 28th? What's the plan for you?
Just keep doing what I'm doing. I've just been training and just trying to make everything of every moment and try to get the attention of some teams, and hopefully I'll be playing somewhere next year, and somebody will give me a shot, and we'll just see what happens. But it won't be because of a lack of hard work that I'm not there. I know that. I'm just working hard and trying to keep this dream going.
And it looked like on Pro Day that you had worked on a lot of different things. I mean, it seemed like you've improved quite a bit through the off season to be able to work on a lot of those mechanics, and very, very solid on Wednesday. I think you would agree.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's something I've been, just quickness really in every aspect of my, mechanical game, I guess you'd say. I need my release, my feet, everything really just needs to be more smooth and get the ball out quicker.
Absolutely. Jacob, thank you so much, man, for being a part of the show. Once again, congrats to you for winning the national championship at the University of Alabama. It's a historic time. I don't think we'll ever see this dynasty again in college football, but we're going to enjoy the ride. We'll hope it continues in 2016. Thank you so much for being a part of our show.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.